Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hi, I'm G, aka Underwater Eyeballs, and I'm a cosplayer. And thank you so much for joining me today for another episode of the Out of the Water podcast, where I sit down with cosplayers, artists, creatives, anime enthusiasts, and overall some of my favorite people and creators to pick their brains about the shit they love to do. So joining me today is Emmie, aka Emilougal or M Sweetie, who is a cosplayer from England. They've been cosplaying for 7 years this year. So everybody wish them a happy cosplay anniversary. And we've been mutuals for like a really long time. So hi Emmie, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Hi.
It's so good to finally actually like speak to you.
4 years later, we're finally doing it.
4 years later, we're finally doing it. Oh my gosh. Ain't that the way on the internet though? I feel like you can
So
know
real.
people like forever and then you just like don't talk to them like on the phone or anything.
So true.
Absolutely, yeah. And then you're over in the motherland. So what time is it for you?
It's currently 9 minutes past 6 in the evening for me.
Oh yeah, it is 12 noon for me. Well, 12:09, but 12 noon, yeah. So I'm starting my day and you're wrapping yours up. So um super fun, yeah. Well, so obviously I wanted to start by asking you, how did you get into cosplay?
Well, I was taken to a convention without being told what I was supposed to be doing. I just got
Oh.
told I had to buy a wig and that I was going with
Mhm.
a friend. And
Mhm.
apparently I was cosplaying CL from Black Butler without even realizing at the time.
Oh my gosh. How did that go? Like, how did they pitch that to you? What was the
Well, I've been saying for years because I was like obsessed with like all the San Diego conventions that used to come up on like my YouTube and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my
Mhm.
god, I'd really love to go to like a convention. And then my friend was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, wait, there's one in our area. Let's go. And I was like, okay, say less.
You're
So
like
I was like, say less. So they were like, here's like a £5 wig, wear your
Mhm.
granddad's like suit, and you're gonna wear some shorts, and this is the character you're gonna be cosplaying. I was like, cool. I've only seen Attack on Titan before. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're like, "Perfect. This is great." Oh my god, so was that your first cosplay ever that you did?
Yeah, that was my
Oh my
first ever
goodness.
cosplay.
Yeah, how did it go? What was the reception like? Did it go well?
I actually got recognized as the character, which was so
Hell
funny
yeah. Hell yeah. That's so
because
gratifying.
so I'd never seen Black Butler at this point. So they were asking me
Mhm.
questions about like what I thought about the new season, and I was like, yeah,
You're like,
I really,
"It's
really
so
like
good."
it. I was like, I'm such a fake fan, but like, oh my god, yes.
That's incredible. Oh my gosh. I love when that happens. Like I cosplayed Zoro from One Piece recently and I'm watching One Piece. I'm just like not caught up at all. Like I just finished Skypiea. So like I'm quite far behind everyone else it seems like, but I cosplayed post time skip Zoro
Mm.
to Katsu this year.
You looked
And
amazing, by the
I
way.
thank you. I embarrassed the shit out of myself at that con though in that cosplay because people kept coming up to me and making jokes that I didn't know about yet in One Piece. And so I was just like, what are you talking about? Like people kept coming up to me and being like, Zoro, are you lost? Like, where are you going? Because it's like a thing in the anime that he's like
Yeah.
lost all the time. And I hadn't gotten there yet. Cause like
Oh
at the time
no.
I was still like pre-Alabasta, I think, like during Katsu time. And so people kept coming, like running down and like yelling at me, like, Zoro, are you lost? And I was like, no, I'm not fucking lost. Like I'm literally just going, like my friends are right there. Like I'm just going to hang out with my fucking friends, man. Like I had
Oh
like a
no.
staff member do it. And then finally, like 3 hours into the con, somebody told me.
It took them 3 hours.
Somebody
Oh no.
finally told me. They were like, gee, do you know that they're like making a joke right now? And I was like, what? I was
Oh
like, what do you mean?
bless.
I guess though, like low key, my response was pretty in character because like he always gets like mad when
Yeah.
people tell him that he's lost. So I guess it was in character, but I just was like, oh, that's like so fucking embarrassing, actually. I was like,
Yeah.
why didn't anyone tell me that this was a joke that would come my way? I would have been able to do better.
It's always when you haven't caught up, you really want to cosplay a character, and you're just like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Exactly, and I'm like, "Ooh," like, oh my gosh, I'm totally calling this person out right now, but, like, I went to
Oh.
a con with a friend. No, nothing bad, nothing bad.
Okay, okay, I was like,
But
oh.
no, 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 I went to a con with a friend of mine, um, and we cosplayed, Gojo and Geto from JJK, but my friend has never seen JJK. And so, I mean, like, they know, like, the characters and, like, they know
Okay,
the dynamics
okay.
and stuff, but, like, they don't know, like, the stuff that happens at JJK, right? And so, like, people
Mm.
kept coming up to them because they were Gojo, and so people kept coming up to them being like, and, like, trying to spoil some stuff, and I'd be like, "No, like, don't say anything." Like, "They don't know that." Like, "Stop it." But yeah, just ridiculous shit. But I'm glad you got recognized. That's always gratifying.
It always was, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know the character, but cool, I'm being recognized. This is great."
You're like, "Work."
Yeah.
Absolutely. So then who are some of your biggest cosplay inspirations?
Ooh. Um, so a lot of the ones that got me actually cosplaying on TikTok,
Mhm.
they don't cosplay anymore. They've all kind of
Oh,
stopped.
dear. Yeah.
Just because like they got older and they were starting families and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm happy for you guys.
Mhm, mhm.
But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the people that I started out with just I don't have contact with anymore just because they stopped.
Rip,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it's fine. I made more friends along the way.
Wahoo! Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh. I know. What are your thoughts about like people who I guess like I don't know, because I'm 25 now. So I'm like rocking my mid 20s, you know?
Mhm.
And for me, when I first started on TikTok, you were there.
Yeah,
I was like unhinged on TikTok.
yeah,
I was really unhinged. And like now looking back, I'm like, oh, I was so young. I was like 22. I was like really like living that life, and now I'm like, I wonder how long I can keep doing this until it's like
yeah.
not, what I mean?
Oh, I completely get you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, what are your thoughts on like aging as a cosplayer?
I mean, I
I
think
know
it's
it's a weird
weird
question, but
because obviously TikTok do that on this day, sometime,
hmm
whatever. I've actually
yeah.
been getting a lot of my first cosplays from like 2018, 2019, from when I was on the app, and I was like,
hmm
holy mother of God, like who let me on the app at that time?
You're like, who was I? What was I doing here?
Who allowed me unrestricted access to the internet? Like it was
Yeah,
crazy. Um, it's honestly
yeah,
it's
for
so
sure.
weird because I'm 22 in July,
Mhm.
and going from a teenager into an adult as a cosplayer, it was just a really weird transition because obviously like your brain's maturing more, you're realizing what you should and shouldn't be doing on the internet with people, you're
Mhm.
realizing who you should and shouldn't have been friends with at the time, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
It's a very weird
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Oh, if I had been on that app when I was 18,
Yeah.
I think I would have been a more of a problem than I already was. I mean, I don't think I was
Yeah.
a problem. I just was doing some really unhinged shit. For sure. Like thirst trapping in the shower.
Oh yeah,
We all
like
remember
I
that.
when I hit 18, my the thirst strap started coming in, and I was like, who allowed me to do
You're
this?
like, "What the hell, man?" Like
Yeah, because at the time when I was 18, it was all like My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. Like that's what was really popular when I was 18.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so the Aizawa cosplay started, the Present Mic cosplay started. Hanji came back because they were one of my first cosplays that I ever did.
Mhm.
So I was
For
like,
sure.
yeah, bring Hanji back, let's go.
You're like, "Let's fucking go, yes."
Yeah, so it
Yeah,
was unhinged time, honestly, growing up as a
it
cosplayer,
was.
going into my
Yeah,
like early 20s.
for sure, for sure. Oh my gosh, I get so, like, I mean, nowadays, like, I feel like I've found my kind of, like, circle of people in the
Mhm.
cosplay community, and so, like, I don't know. I don't talk to a lot of like new people anymore. Also, I feel like cosplay just isn't like 2020 like COVID times, cosplay was so big on the
Oh,
internet and now
100%.
I feel like it's like gone back to being a little bit more niche. I feel like
100%, I agree.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like it's the hype has died down, and so there's not as many like new people. But I'm always like so afraid of like I'm so fearful for minors who are in the cosplay community on the internet. Like that
Yeah.
experience, like were you so? Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you? Did you have that experience? Were you like already cosplaying on the internet when you were under 18?
I was. So I first started on the app when it was Musically. I wasn't making content at the
Yeah.
time, but I've been here since
Hmm.
it was Musically.
Wild.
And honestly, it was crazy. The
Yeah.
first time I posted, I was 16. So I was
Mm.
like very much a minor at the time.
Yeah.
Um, and when I started posting like Attack on Titan content, I started making friends who were like 20 years older than me when I probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So I think as someone who's been through that experience, it's something that I worry about young people who were my age, who are starting
Yeah.
out in the cosplay community. I'm like, please don't make friends with people who are like 20 plus years older than you. It is not worth it.
Yeah. No, it's not. And honestly, like I don't know, cuz like for me, like when I started, I always was very like strict about like they have to be I was like
Yeah.
any mutuals I'm making have to be adults. They have to have their age in their bio. Like I'm not going to talk to anybody who doesn't. Just not even like it's just like a safety thing. Like I
Oh,
feel like
100%.
for
Yeah.
everybody involved. But like there were definitely like people that I knew who were like mutuals with underage people and it went badly and I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
maybe don't do that."
Maybe don't.
Yeah, maybe don't. And then, I don't know. And I guess to any like minors who might be listening to this, which if you go to bed, if you are, you should not be here anyway.
Go to bed.
Go to bed, go to school, stay in school. But but if there's anybody here, if you've stumbled upon this somehow, don't befriend adults until you're an adult. It's not worth it because you got to think about why the other person would want to be in that friendship. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird to me.
It's I feel like it's a sticky situation as well because so I'm 22 this year and I
Mhm.
do have some mutuals who are like 17 going on 18 and I'm like you're cool,
Yeah,
I like your cosplays. That's as far as like the mutual ship will
yeah,
go. I won't speak to
exactly,
you like
exactly.
if you want
Yeah,
to hop in my DMs and be like, "Hey, I love your cosplays." I'll be like, "Cool, thanks. I appreciate that."
thanks.
That's as far as the interaction will like go.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm
for
not going to put
sure.
myself in that situation. I'm not going to put you in that situation. Like, it's not fair on both parties
Absolutely.
at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I cannot agree more. Like I feel like there definitely were, like back in the day. Again, I feel like my circle's like closed at this point, but back in the day, like it was the same thing. Like I feel like having those like innocent kind of interactions is like fine, but it's just like
Yeah.
don't DM people like that like frequently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
Like, I don't
the
know.
one
People are weird.
time might be okay, but like anything that's just like above like saying that you like someone's cosplays, I feel like that maybe
Yeah.
that should just like maybe don't.
Maybe don't. Maybe
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, the world is big. There's lots of people to be friends with.
People your own age.
People your own age, exactly. For sure. Yeah. But I feel like that's such a like common thing in fandom spaces where there's like this like crossover between a lot of different people and it can get a little dicey.
Yeah, it was a really big problem actually in the UK like cosplay community a couple years ago.
Mhm.
For obviously for namesake, I won't name anyone, but there's a couple of really popular TikTokers in the UK who got really
Mhm.
big in like 2022, 2023 for like My Hero and
Mhm.
like Danganronpa at the time. And it got to a point like they were being like idolized by 12-year-olds and 13-year
Ooh.
olds
Yeah.
and it was just like a really uncomfortable experience to be there watching all of these children in these comments. And I'm like, these are adults that you're trying to kind of idolize, and for some people it was sexualize, and I'm like, that's how about no. But
You're like,
let's let people do their thing, let them cosplay. They're not doing it for you,
right.
they're doing it for themselves. Like, there's no need
Yeah.
to be weird about it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so difficult too because like obviously like they're children. So like, they don't know. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like it's the responsibility of like like I don't know, at least for me, I feel like it was my responsibility to be like, hey, these are my boundaries. I will block you if you cross them, you
No,
know?
absolutely. Absolutely. I completely
um
agree.
yeah, because at the
Like,
end of the day, we can only control our own behavior, right? So
no,
it's like,
absolutely. I think
yeah.
boundaries is like one of the biggest things that any new cosplayer should set up. And I have had a couple from like minors who have said, "Hey, adults, please don't interact with my content. If you're
Mhm.
younger than me, like, please don't be weird." And I'm like, "Do you know what? They're setting boundaries, and I honestly
That's
respect
fine.
that for them. Like, I love that for you." I remember when
Yeah.
I set boundaries for the first time, and I had people in my DMs like being really horrible to me about it, and I was like, "Bro, I'm an adult
Oh,
now. Like, I'm
you're
sorry, I'm
like,
not gonna allow people to be weird with me." I was 18 when I was still getting really weird like fetishy
yeah.
DMs, and I was like, "Please stop. I'm 18 now. Like,
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
weird."
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Man, I'm first of all, that sucks that that happened.
Yeah. I mean, it be what it
Yeah.
be, because I mean, it it shouldn't be something that you expect in the cosplay community, but I think at the time when it was happening, it was just like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it became the norm for people to do that, and I was like, this should not be normal, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live, laugh,
I
love.
feel like I feel like it's interesting and maybe you'll have thoughts on this too, but like for me, I always cosplayed like really masculine characters. And so I feel like I dodged a lot of the like sexualization that people who cosplay like femme characters get.
Yeah.
Which granted, I've had my fair share of sexualization, but I've
Yeah.
definitely experienced it, but it's definitely not as aggressive and
Mhm.
like creepy and I feel like it's important for people to be aware of like what femme presenting cosplayers go through because it's pretty bad.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so I mean, there was a time where I would only post masculine cosplays because at the time that was when I was going through a gender identity crisis. I didn't know what was like going on. So I was like, oh cool, I really love masculine cosplays right now. So like that's when I was like
Slay.
mostly like like Izuku Midoriya, Aizawa, Levi at one point when I had my short hair.
Slay.
Um
Our king.
Honestly, I miss that cosplay so much.
Yes, bring it back.
Oh my god, I feel like I need to now at this point. Like, I'll just shave my hair off. Like, it doesn't matter that I've been growing out for 3 years now. It's fine.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry
Fine.
about it. Yeah.
Um, it was honestly such a wild thing to experience when I started doing all like Your Forger. That was like at the time that was the most exposed cosplay I'd done besides like my
Mhm.
Genshin characters. Because obviously
Mhm.
with the Genshin ones that I'd done, it was very much closed top. You couldn't see what was going on here, but with
Mhm.
she's very much like
Yeah.
tits
We've
out,
s
you know what I
we've
mean?
seen the outfit. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
And
Yeah.
I loved it because it was really good for my body, like confidence. Because
Mhm.
unfortunately, body dysmorphia is something that I've suffered with because of experiences in the past with cosplay in that. And it was the first time I'd felt comfortable in a cosplay, and then started posting it on TikTok, and I started getting all the weird people in kind of fetishizing the fact that I was doing femme cosplays, and I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, "Oh god."
Yeah, and then I had it with Padme in Star Wars. I had it with my Penelope cosplay from Bridgerton. It
Which
was
is fantastic, by the way.
stop.
I love both your Padme and your Penelope cosplay are, like, 2 of my favorites that you've done, like, genuinely. You slayed both of those, like,
M- I
in
just
major
love the
ways.
fact that Penelope and my new Padme with the yellow dress were both handmade. I did not use a sewing machine at
Slay.
all for them.
Oh, you
They were
handmade
all hand
those?
sewn.
That's
Hand
wait,
sewn.
that's so impressive. Oh my god, that's amazing. I would not have been able to tell. That's
Oh
crazy.
my god. No, I hate sewing machines with a burning passion. So everything
Me.
I make is like hand sewn at this point because I
Oh
just
my god, yeah. That's
me and sewing machines
awesome.
don't get on.
See,
I've
see.
tried,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were both hand sewn, and I literally finished sewing my yellow dress Padme the night before I was supposed to shoot with it at the convention.
Real as fuck. Oh my gosh.
But honestly, it turned out great, so I can't really like be mad at myself for doing that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know we're veering to Star Wars now, but I'm gonna veer for a second because it's the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith
I was
right
so
now.
excited.
And they've been doing I need to see if it's in theaters near me, but they've been replaying it in like on the big screen. And Hayden Christensen has been doing like appearances at movie theaters for it, and I'm
Yep.
like, oh my god.
I
Like, might
literally
be
went to
there.
cinema to watch it yesterday.
Was it amazing?
It
I
was
really wanna go,
amazing.
like, yeah, I just wanna
I
see that on the big screen, like,
I
oh my
loved it so
god.
much. Like there were
Mhm.
there were some extended scenes that didn't make the original cut in the version that I watched. So the version that's on Disney Plus has some of the extended scenes.
Uh-huh.
Seeing that on the big screen in a cinema, eating popcorn and stuff, it honestly it's an unreal experience. Like it was
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. Ugh, I need to
Made it
go.
even more devastating. You do, please
Yeah,
do.
no, for sure, I need to go. I love, those movies, like, so much. I feel like the prequels get so much hate,
Oh,
from,
100%.
like, older Star Wars fans, and I think that is incorrect and wrong.
Yep,
It
agreed.
definitely they have their problems, like, for sure, especially that first one. Um,
Yeah.
but, like, oh my god, 2 and 3 are just, like, peak for me.
Oh,
Like,
100%,
I love them
100%.
so much.
Like,
Uh,
if anyone asked me my favorite Star Wars film, I'd immediately say Revenge of the Sith. Like,
it's
the
the best
cinematography,
one. Yeah.
chef's
It's
kiss.
so good. It's so good. I do think like part of like the pacing, like I don't know. I feel like the pacing of Anakin like turning to the dark side is like a little wonky. Like
Yeah.
I think they could have done it a little bit better. Cuz I don't know. It to me I was like it's kind of hard to believe that he would go from like being Anakin Skywalker and then the Emperor being like all right, you're gonna follow me, and then him being like, yes, sure, and then he's like, go kill a bunch of children, you know, like
Yeah.
it's hard to believe he would have just done that like that quickly, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess I don't
I think
know.
that's where it kind of ruins the fact that because there was a lot of deleted scenes, especially from the end
Yeah,
of the film. I'm like,
yeah.
yes, it would have been a 3 hour long film, but like you
Make it a
fans would
3 hour
sit
long
there.
film. Yeah.
Absolutely, they would sit and watch all those deleted scenes. They would. I've read so many fan fictions that actually kind of fill that gap between him
Mhm.
becoming Darth Vader and him going to the Jedi Temple. And
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, first of all, get these fanfiction writers in a writer's room because what the hell is on
Yes.
like what is
Yes.
with them? Like
Literally, yes. Fanfic authors are like my goats. I love
yeah,
them. I'm like on my hands and knees, like worshiping them genuinely. I love
hell
fan
yeah. Like the
authors.
Star Wars ones are just out of this
Yeah.
world. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, no pun intended, obviously, but like
Yeah.
they are just honestly, I tip my like hat to them. They're amazing fan fictions.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I would have been happy if it was like a like 3 even 4 hour long film at this point. Like make it Lord of the Rings style length. I will sit and
That's what
watch
I'm
it happily.
saying. Oh my god, because like, it's so at this point, I'm like, do a re-release, you know what I mean? It's
Oh,
the 20-year
100%.
anniversary, do a re-release, make it 3
Yeah.
hours, I'll pay, like, $20 to go see it,
Yeah,
and
100%.
it'll be amazing,
Yeah.
and I'll know exactly where to pee, you know, because 'cause we've all seen it already, so
Yeah. Know which scenes that I can take a break in, know which ones I can't.
Exactly, exactly, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I was literally watching, like, on TikTok before we hopped on the call, there was a kid who popped up on my For You page, it was, like, his mom's account or something, and he had never seen the Darth Vader, like, "Luke, I am your father" reveal, and
Mm.
so the video was, like, this, like he must have been, like, 7 or 8, like, he was, like, a small kid, and the mom's, like, filming his reaction, and like Luke is like, you killed him or whatever, and he's like, no, I am your father, and the kid was like, what? And like totally lost his fucking mind, and I was like, oh, to be young and to experience that reveal for the first time,
Like,
you know.
genuinely, I wouldn't even be mad if I lost my memories tomorrow. I would get to watch Star Wars for the first time all over again.
Oh
Like,
my god, yeah, yeah,
I'd get to
yeah.
watch the Clone Wars again. I'd get to watch Kenobi again. I like
Yes, yeah,
everything Star Wars I would get to watch again. Like,
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and Attack on Titan, you get to watch Attack on
Oh,
Titan again.
the fact that I would be able to actually watch it from season 1 to 4 without having to wait 4 years for season 2 is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that would be wild. So were you like an OG fan like way back in the day?
Yeah, so it
Oh
had
yeah.
first come out in 2013, if I remember correctly. And I was, and still very am, a massive fan of Smosh. And they were like talking about it in one of the episodes of like whatever it was they were doing. And I was like, oh, this
Mhm.
sounds like really cool. Like, I love Smosh. I love all the recommendations that I've seen so far. Okay, I'll give it a watch. So
Mhm.
season one to season, see the whole of season one was on a totally legit website that I use to kind of watch stuff.
Netflix.
And yeah, it was on Netflix, guys. It's fine. And so yeah, late 2013, beginning of 2014, I watched it for the first time, and I was
Mhm.
there for the 4 year long hiatus until they finally brought it
Oh,
back.
yeah.
And honestly, my brother still hasn't forgiven me for how loud I screamed when they announced season two.
T. I think it's valid. I think it's
Yeah.
valid. Oh my gosh. So what's your favorite season of Attack on Titan?
So I loved season four.
Mhm.
So this will be my hot take. I really love the animation
Yeah.
style for Mappa in season four.
T.
I
Yeah.
love that so much.
Mhm.
But controversially, I think season three is actually my favorite season. Um
I agree.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
agree. I adore season 3. I feel like I mean season 2 is fantastic, like don't get me wrong. Like I feel
Oh,
like if if
100%.
if you were like what's the crux of Attack on like the spirit of Attack on Titan, I would probably say season 2. But however, season 3 has the most Aruri content in it.
No,
Which is
because
obviously what I care about the most.
arguably that's the reason that I carried on watching it was just for those two.
So real. So fucking real.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So fucking real. Yeah, I love them. Obviously.
They are my heart and soul, and I will go down with that ship. I do not care if it isn't technically canon. It is in my heart.
Yeah.
Um, Live, laugh, Aurori, you know.
Yeah. It is in my heart and also like it like, I'm oh my god, I literally talk about I feel like I talk about this on every podcast episode. So I'm so sorry everyone
All
who
good.
listens to this consistently. But literally like Isayama like in an interview was like asked what Levi's type was and he said tall blondes. That's all I have to say.
It's canon in my heart.
That's all yeah,
That
that's all
reason
I have to
alone.
say. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say. Those 2 are canon to me. And I'll kick anyone's ass who disagrees with me, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love season 3 and I love like I don't know cuz I feel like season 3 like the first half too. First of all, best fucking fight sequence in the show is
Right?
Kenny, like Levi and Kenny. Like that
Chef's
shit's
kiss.
incredible. Like it's
100%.
amazing. Like the animation of Levi like flying through like oh my god, I forget where they are at that point, like Trost or something. I don't remember.
Something like that,
But
yeah.
yeah, well, I don't know where they are. But that was Chef's Kiss.
Oh, 100%.
But also like that had like the political intrigue of Attack on Titan and that like when people were like mad about season 4 pivoting to politics, I was like, were y'all not watching the fucking show?
Exactly.
Like the show has always been very politically driven
Mhm.
and Erwin overthrowing the government, that
Right?
happens in season 3. That's the best fucking shit ever. Oh my god, that's Erwin's season. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
I also really like the development that Hanji got during that season. I think that
Yeah.
we got to see them outside of this like psychotic persona that everyone kind of saw them as, and I was like that's my person right there. That is
Yeah.
my absolute 100% favorite character of all time.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
Hanji is like my spirit animal. I will die on
Yeah.
that hill. Fucking love Hanji. My they them king queen. I
Oh,
just love them so much.
I love them. What do you have to say about the people who misgender them?
I is it so it's a, I think it's a very difficult situation with it because in the manga it was kind of left up to readers' interpretation for how you
Mhm.
perceived Hanji,
Yeah.
whereas season 1 to 2 it was kind of perceived that Hanji was just typically female, which I'm like I get it. That's kind of
Yeah.
how they acted, I guess, but like even in an interview, like it was said that it's up to readers' interpretation, and
Yeah. Yeah.
truthfully, I can't see them as anything but non-binary because I just feel like it fits their character
It
so
makes so much
much. Like
sense.
ignore,
Yeah.
like fuck gender rules, like just get rid of them. Hanji is just like, they were honestly the reason that I kind of realized what non-binary was, and it kind of helped
Mhm.
me with my
I
I
love
like
that.
crisis at the time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Attack on Titan for helping us all with our genders.
So real, honestly.
Like I was telling a previous guest that like I don't think I would be like this like far along in my like journey of discovery, if you will,
Yeah.
about my gender identity if it wasn't for our Pookie Bear, Ervin Smith.
Hell yeah. I
Um
mean, I've seen you
yeah.
throughout this transition, like since you first started on TikTok and to
Mhm.
now, and I'm like, I couldn't be prouder of you for how far you've come. Like
I'm gonna
genuinely.
cry.
Like,
Oh my god,
honestly,
thank
like, I'm so
you.
proud of you, like, for real. Like, I've seen you since the start, and I'm seeing you now, and I'm just like, this person deserves to be happy. And after all the like shit you've been through as well, like, you
I'm gonna
need this
cry.
win. No, please don't, because I'll cry. I'm
Wait, are you
sorry.
are you also a Cancer? Do I remember that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are just 2
Yeah.
Cancers. These are just 2 Cancers crying right now on the podcast, but,
Yeah. July 13th.
oh, yeah, I'm the 16th.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's
3
crazy.
days apart. Yeah, that's
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
Hell yeah, we love it. We love to see it. I love being dead set in the middle of the year, you know? It's like
That's
the
iconic of you,
exact center.
actually.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that for
it's
you.
slay. Oh my goodness, but thank you for saying that. I forget, like, some of my mutuals remember, like, when I had, like, long hair.
I remember when
Isn't
you got
that
the big
crazy?
cut for the first time. That was
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. I felt so free. I was like, "I'm never going back." And look at me, I never have. Yeah, it was crazy. I feel like, again, like, cosplaying Erwin just, like, really, like, helped me bring that part of myself, like, to the forefront because it was
Yeah.
always there. It was just, like, something that, like, I kept really shoved down. Um,
Yeah.
because everyone in the world was like, "You're gonna grow up and be a mother and have children," and I was like, "Ooh."
Like, oh,
Like,
no, thank you.
I
No,
don't know
no.
about that. Um, yeah, and I don't know, like, I remember, like, some of my, like, earliest, like, childhood memories where, like, I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm definitely, like, not a woman," and I just,
Mhm.
like, really shoved it down because I was, again, being told by literally everyone that that was not what I was supposed to do, and so cosplaying, like, really helped me kind of, like, feel okay about it,
Yeah.
which thank you, Ervin Smith.
Live, laugh, Owen.
Live, laugh, heroin, yeah, and thank you, Hanji, too. Our non-binary, king queen love.
Love.
Absolutely, yeah. So then I wanted to ask you about, Penelope too, because you told me your
Okay.
other favorite character to cosplay is Penelope.
I very much
Um,
love cosplaying Penelope. It was the
yes.
first time I'd like professionally, quote unquote, professionally styled a lace front wig.
Ooh,
They
yeah.
scare me to death. Like so to
Mhm,
this day I've never actually done like a glued hairline. It's either been lace
mhm.
front or just like as the wig kind of
Yeah.
comes and just style it that way.
Mhm.
Um and it's a beautiful wig. I've had no issues with it. It doesn't tangle, which like Hatsune Miku cosplayers fear me, like genuinely.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Like
gosh. How did you
I
get it to do that?
so this is something that I have picked up from being a cosplayer for many years. Silicone spray is your number
Oh.
one friend, especially with like synthetic wigs, because it stops the fibers from sticking together, which is what creates the knots in synthetic wigs.
Oh
So
my gosh.
obviously, I mean, preface this by saying take it outside if you're going to spray it with silicone spray because it is very toxic.
Okay,
Um,
good to know.
but silicone spray all over like the fibers of the wig, brush it through, and even if it gets tangled, one brush and it literally not untangles. It
Oh
saved
my
my life with
gosh.
my all my long wigs. Like,
You're saving my life right now. Oh my god. My ghetto wig,
stop.
when I catch you with that silicone spray, I'm looking at it. It's over there on my shelf. Like, I'm coming for you. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it. So what did you think of season 3 of Bridgerton? Like Penelope's season?
I again, controversially to what a lot of people say, it's actually my favorite season.
Yeah.
I think it's my favorite one just because, especially like as someone who is plus size, it
Mhm.
kind of stated the fact that looks aren't always everything, and it
Mhm.
honestly, I've never been more happier to see like a plus size queen kind of
Mhm.
representing what we're all kind of wanting in life, and like
Absolutely, yeah.
Queen Penelope, like I would do the same if I was her. Like get me in that like gossip situation. I will write about anyone
Yeah.
and anything if I need to.
Tea. Oh my gosh. If we ever have a anonymous gossip thing, I'm gonna ask you first.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna be like, is
please.
it you?
Oh my god,
Is it
wait.
you? And can I join you?
Lady Whistledown cosplay edition.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be crazy because there's so much tea in the cosplay community.
Mm,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, yeah. I don't know. I liked season 3 a lot. I think the ending was kind of like interesting to me. I kind of wish that they would
Mhm.
have like ended it with her like spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it by the way. I wish they would have ended it with her like getting caught and then like not had the resolution cuz I don't know. I feel like that like the Lady Whistledown reveal is such a big deal that it should have been
Yeah.
like handled in more than just like one episode where she was like, "Sorry I did that, guys." And then everyone was like, "Yeah, it's fine." You know? But
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't know.
it was it was such a big deal in the books, which I think is what especially people who've gone from reading the books to then watching Bridgerton as a TV show. I understand where they come from in that standpoint because the reveal was
Mhm.
so much more different in the books.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
So
that.
it's not Penelope who reveals herself to be Lady Whistledown. It's actually Colin at a ball, and he's like, "Colin,
Oh.
my wife is Lady Bridgerton." Like,
Yeah,
it was honestly, it was tea. The best
that's
reveal I think it
wild.
could have been.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. That
he
would have
was literally.
changed a lot, I
It was
feel like.
honestly, it was such a crazy reveal, and then I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like the changes that the TV show did. Like, it's one of the best like book to TV adaptations that there is. I would say arguably.
Mhm.
Um, but there was a lot of changes that I was like, you could have kept them because it made again, like you said, it made the ending a little bit weird, I guess, in a sense, because it was like
Yeah.
everything's all forgiven, yay, and
Yeah,
then
I mean,
it
even
was a
if they
bit.
just, like, left it on a cliffhanger and then, like,
Mhm.
resolved it within the first couple episodes, like, in the next season, like, that would have been fine. I just felt like it was, like, a really quick turnaround for the queen to be like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna find this bitch," you know? And then it was like, "Yeah, it's fine," you
Like
know?
3 seasons of her being like, I'm gonna ruin Lady Whistledown. She's gonna go to jail
Exactly.
to being like,
Mhm.
cool, you're my messenger now. Bye. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
it was
actually here
crazy.
to hire you. Yeah, no, for sure. But I loved oh my gosh, I cannot remember the actress's name now. The one who played Penelope. I had it in my brain and now it's gone. But
Oh, my mind's
she
gone
was
blank now.
incredible. She was incredible. I
Yeah.
also didn't know she's like in her 40s. I had
I
no
was
idea.
I
Like, so
Nicola Coughlan, that's her name.
yes,
Um,
yes, shout out
I
Nicole.
remember Googling her after watching season 3, and the fact that she's like
Yeah.
36, 37 this year, I'm pretty sure. I was like,
Yeah.
the Irish genes are like absolutely crazy
So
because what do
good.
you mean
Yeah.
she looks 20 but is
No, literally her
36?
skin is, like, perfect. Like, her skin is legitimately perfect. I was like, "What?"
Literally. Like
I was
when
like,
she
"You
was
look
in
younger than me, and I'm 25." Like, you know?
it was crazy because she was in a TV show called Derry Girls, which is like an Irish
Mhm.
TV show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the fact that she was playing a teenager in her early 30s was crazy
Yeah.
to me because I was like, how you look 15? Like what this is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Yeah, she's an incredible actor, though.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love her.
100%. I've watched most of the stuff that she's been in and honestly like crazy work. Like she deserves all the
Yeah,
awards that she's gotten over the years.
she
Like
really does, yeah.
100%.
She really does, yeah. Yeah, I feel like, my favorite season of Bridgerton wasn't even Bridgerton, it was Queen Charlotte. Um, I literally loved Queen Charlotte.
It's one of the few TV shows that has left me sobbing at the end of it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that cry very often at like books and TV shows, but Queen
Mhm.
Charlotte, like I was sobbing by the end of it. I
Yeah.
was like, how could you break my heart like this? Like this is crazy.
God, it was just so good. Like that monologue, the like, I will stand with you at the like, whatever. I will tell you who you are. Do you love me? And then he's like, I love you. I literally have it memorized because I cosplayed to it once. So
Oh,
it's like
iconic.
locked in. It's locked in. I think I did. It was when I did my Erin cosplay. I think
Oh,
I
I
did it like
remember.
I think it was like a
Yeah.
POV of like Mikasa talking to him and then like
Hmm.
yeah. Um yeah. It's such a good monologue. But that one and then I actually haven't put it out yet, but I cosplayed to Anthony's monologue from season 2. The one where he's like,
Ooh.
there's not enough distance I could put between us, basically. I was like, this is
Kate's
very
like, I'm
Aurorian.
going back to India, and he's like, that is not far enough. There is nowhere on the earth that I will not miss you. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly. I was like, oh my
Anthony.
gosh. You are the object of my desire. I was like,
I was like clutching my pearls. I was like, oh my
yeah.
god, wait, real.
He's so cunt. Jonathan Bailey is so cunt. I have to say, like, I adore him. I love everything that he's in. There's a show he's in with Matt Bomer, who is the original love of my life.
Okay.
And it's called Fellow Travelers. And I'm gonna plug
Oh,
this to everyone. Forewarning, there's like so much sex and nudity in it, but it's so good. It's about the two main characters are gay, and it starts like in the 50s when being gay was like super mega not okay.
yeah.
And it starts during the Lavender Scare, which is like a time in American history when like the Red Scare was happening with like communism, when they were like, gay people are not allowed to work in the government, and they were working to like weed out all of those people, and so they were like interrogating people who they thought were gay in the government. So that's where the show like starts, and then it ends with them being in the like 80s during the AIDS crisis. And so it's like about their relationship throughout like a couple of decades essentially. But it's so good. And it's only like 12 episodes, and I recommend it to literally everyone I know because it's like literally one of like, in terms of like TV shows that I've seen like in recent years come out. I feel like there's a
Mhm.
lot of bad TV that's been coming out, but that shit was so fucking good. Like, so underrated, amazing shit. I loved it, and Jonathan Bailey is in it. Um,
I love Jonathan
and
Bailey
I love
like
him.
so much. Like even in Wicked, I was like, this man is
Oh
cunt. Like I fucking
yeah.
love him
Oh my
so
god.
much.
I love him. Apparently there's a photo of him in just the boots and nothing else. He like said it in an interview that he like took a photo of him like wearing just the Fiero boots, and everyone was like, Jonathan Bailey released that photo right now.
No, Twitter was going absolutely crazy because
Mhm,
so I have a 911 Twitter stan account.
mhm.
I'm
Love.
very much unhinged on there. We don't talk about it. But I remember when all the Wicked stuff started coming through on my timeline, and it was
Mhm.
like everyone was like, show us the boots, like Bailey, like show us the boots, Jonathan. And I was
Show us the
like,
boots.
boots? And I realized that there was a he said that there was a picture, and I was like, release the
You're like,
pic? I don't know.
release the picture, Jonathan.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, give us the picture.
Mhm.
No, I love him. He did so well in Wicked. I was so happy. I also loved that movie. I thought it was really good. Um,
My
yeah.
controversial opinion is I didn't like the stage production, but I love the film.
T. That's
Mm.
T. That is a hot take.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's
That is a
that's
hot
my
take.
biggest hot take is I didn't like. I don't know what it is about the stage production, but there's something that I'm just like I don't think I could sit and watch it. But the film,
Mm,
I was like, I adore this. Like this is amazing.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I always used to like shit on the fact that Ariana Grande was like an actor, singer, but like honestly,
She did
she was
so
kind of
well.
tea in this film. Like it was
Yeah.
great.
Oh my gosh. Like I just watched it again the other night with my partner, and cuz my partner loves Ariana Grande. And so I was like, trust me. I was like, trust me. We're going to watch this and you're going to love it. And her rendition of Popular, Like,
So good.
genuinely, she should be so proud of that. Like, I honestly think that is her best performance that she's ever given. Like,
Oh,
genuinely.
100%.
Like,
Like,
it was so good.
yeah, I am one of those people that feel like Wicked was robbed from some of the, like,
Oh,
I
me
think was it
too.
the
Oh,
Emmys
yeah.
or something? Or the
Oh, the
Grammys? I'm not
Oscars. Yeah, it
Oscars,
was the
that's it.
Oscars. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was, like, so robbed. Like, don't get me wrong, the things that did won, amazing,
Yeah.
but yeah, my hot
Yeah.
take is Wicked should have won a lot more awards than it did.
Yeah. It absolutely should have, especially against fucking Amelia Perez.
Right? Like, what was
I
that about?
was like, "Excuse me, why is this movie even here?" Like, yeah, I did not see it, but I heard a lot about it. And I've heard it's like extremely like transphobic and problematic, and I'm like, "Oh," like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's super weird, but
Yeah. I mean, the Oscars was a
yeah,
wild time because it was happening at 2 a.m. UK time. So unfortunately, I didn't get to watch it because I'm sorry,
yeah.
I was not staying up at that time to kind of like,
No, no,
I
you
was
don't
like,
need to for the
no.
Oscars. Like, no.
But one of my coworkers did, and I mean, they were on an early shift, so they'd gone to bed at like 4 a.m. and was
Yeah,
up at 6 to get to work for 8 and start. But that's all they
yeah.
could talk about the whole day was like the Oscars. And I was like, bro, when do you even sleep at this point? Because I feel like you're up to date with everything that goes on in America. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Oh my goodness, that's wild. Well, speaking of the UK and America, what are your thoughts on the UK cosplay scene versus the American cosplay scene? I'm curious.
I feel like there's a massive difference between the two.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will say that you guys in America have is hot take. You guys have better conventions than us. Like, you
Yeah.
have so many, like, especially like all the guests you get at conventions. Like, some of them haven't been
Oh
to a
yeah.
UK one in like 10 years, and I'm like, Jensen Ackles, please come to the UK, please.
Oh, my beloved Jensen Ackles. Oh my god.
But
I love Jensen
if they
Ackles.
do, they go to Liverpool Con, which unfortunately is run by Monopoly Events, which runs Anime League, which is known to be very problematic by who owns kind of it all.
Gotcha.
He is not a very good person, and it goes back to the whole minors should not interact with adults situation.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't go to Liverpool Comic Con anymore just because of the sole
Mhm.
fact that as much as I would love to see like Ewan McGregor and fucking Hayden Christensen are there in like a couple weeks, I
Oh
was
my god.
fuming to find out because I was like, you
Yeah.
please, like even London, go
You're
to
like,
London.
"Please."
I will make that like 4 hour journey that I have to do to get down there. Like
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I as much as I would love to see them, I just I can't support them unfortunately. So yeah, I say that's the massive difference is you guys have better guests, better conventions.
Slay.
One
Yeah,
day
we
I
have
will
a
make
lot
it
of
to
English voice
Katsu.
actors. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I will like, I do think American cons do get really good guests. Like especially low key, and this is my moment to plug Houston conventions because
Mm.
I get nobody wants to come to Texas, and that's super fucking valid, especially right now. However, Funimation and Crunchyroll are based in Dallas, which is in Texas. And so we have like amazing voice actors. Like half of the big voice actors live in Houston and go to
Mm.
like the Crunchyroll office that's like in Houston. Um and so like our conventions like there's a few voice actors who come to like literally every single one, and it's because they live here. So that's just my moment to plug Houston cosplay convention. But
Honestly, I as bad as like the politics in Texas is, Texas is actually really one of the few places that I do want to visit in America just because
yes.
like I love line dancing, like I love like
Yeah.
Texas barbecues because there is one that's run by someone who was born and raised in Texas in near where I
Mm.
live, and
Mhm.
honestly it is so good. Obviously like I'm not gonna dox myself, but like it
Yeah.
is like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really 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 good.
Hell yeah. I love that.
So yeah,
Yeah, well, if you ever come through Houston, let me know.
oh my god, absolutely not. I will have to tell you. I'll be
Yeah.
like, hey G, I'm in your ends. Come say hi.
I'll be like, "What's up? We'll go get some really good food."
Oh yes.
I'll
Oh
take
my
you to
god.
Cavender's Boot City, and we can get you some boots.
Hell yeah.
I even take up my friends who like live in like the north of America, like in like New York or whatever. Every time they come down, I'm like, we got to go to Cavender's Boot City, and so you can
Hell
see all
yeah.
the boots, because we have that shit here.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I mean, obviously, I've never been to like the UK, which is devastating. But I feel like I don't know. Like, what's like the vibe online in the community in like the UK versus America? Because I don't know. I have like definitely a few like European mutuals.
It's like it's one of those where I feel like everyone knows each other in the UK community because obviously when you compare us to like the American community, we're such like smaller.
Mhm.
Because obviously when I mean globally, I mean I'm not good at geography, so correct me if I'm wrong, but globally when you look at the map of the world, England is
Yeah,
like a tiny dot compared to like the
it's
rest of
big.
America.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um so I just one of those like I feel like you know someone who knows someone in the UK community.
Mm, yeah.
It's very easy to find out all the tea in the UK community as well. Like
Mm,
especially all the stuff that goes down in conventions.
yeah.
I can guarantee if you're especially if like you're in the UK cosplay side of TikTok, it's always the Monday after a convention, someone is exposing
Mm,
someone about something.
oh Lord.
Um
Yeah.
and I remember doing it about I think it was a photographer last year who illegally charged people at the convention. So that's one thing UK convention have is photographers are not allowed to charge their services at a
Oh.
convention
Mhm.
um because I don't exactly know why. I mean, I'm very grateful for the fact that I don't get charged for photographs now.
Mhm.
But there was someone who was charging people like £200 for 10 photos at a
Oh,
convention
wow.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and in the UK, that is like a very big no-no. So
Interesting.
they got cancelled for that. And then the other year, they found a loop around it by not charging people for the photographs, but charging for services afterwards, like the editing, the watermark, and
Gotcha, yeah.
because it was outside of the convention, that's how they've found the
Mhm.
loophole to kind of do it. But I mean, if you know the
Interesting.
situation of what happened a couple of years ago, you know not to go to that photographer.
Mhm.
Um, but it's happened again recently with a different person who is normally like I think they're like Germany based, I want to say.
Mhm.
Who's moved over to the UK for like schooling and stuff, and would again charged people that I know at London just gone and again used the excuse of well it's not we charge in my country and I'm like I understand that's your country but
Yeah.
our country has different rules like it's if you apply for a press pass they give you a whole set of instructions and rules that you have to follow
Mhm.
and even if you break one of them you will be banned from the convention like they will have
Oh,
your name on a
wow.
watch list like it's
Yeah.
crazy out here
That's
um
wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
honestly
y'all have, like, rules. I was gonna say, American conventions don't really have that many rules, honestly,
yeah,
like
no, they're so
yeah.
strict, like, the only thing that I wish they were more strict of is bag checks. That is one thing that
Mm,
they don't do very often or very well. It very
yeah,
much
yeah.
becomes that, like especially where I live, the conventions here, um, they kind of peek in your bag and just move you on. They don't actually search your bag, which I'm like
Mhm.
part of me appreciates that because I'd have to take out like I take like snacks and drinks and stuff because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am kind of that person that like I will put on my social media like, hey, come find me if you need like energy boost. I
Mhm.
have snacks. I have water. Please
Mhm.
come find me.
Yeah.
So it's annoying to have to take all of that out, but at the end of the day, like
Mhm.
it just, especially with a lot of the bombings that have happened in the UK over the
Mm.
last like 20 years
Yeah.
it just makes more sense to have that security.
Mhm.
It's like I've got to give like a massive shout out to Birmingham because they've got metal detectors in basically every entrance possible,
Oh,
and
wow. Yeah.
they check
Yeah.
like your props to make sure they're not sharp, they're not metal. Like you're not allowed metal props in the UK; they have to be plastic.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
even certain types of wood are banned in the UK convention space. So again,
Mhm.
um, and when you're bringing like guns and stuff, they have to still have the orange tip to prove that they're toy
Mm.
guns,
Mhm.
because otherwise they will be confiscated and destroyed,
Yeah.
which I'm very much grateful for, because if I saw someone running around with what looked like an actual gun without that orange tip, I can't lie, I'd be
Yeah.
very terrified.
Well, let me tell you, down here in Texas, we are a open carry state.
Mhm.
So people can in fact bring guns places.
Yeah.
Um, luckily, our conventions, like, I don't know, some of them are safer than others. But we like in America, definitely there's like metal detectors, there's bag check.
Mhm.
It's pretty serious here because again, we've got like a huge gun violence problem. So yeah, so it would probably be a scary. Like I even have a friend who comes over from the UK sometimes to visit, and we took him to a we just went, it was like the most random place we went to. It was like a shop that had like a bunch of like I don't know, like trinkets and shit in it. And they had like a display case full of like knives you could buy. And he was like, "Oh my god, like what is that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just like the knife case." You know? He was like shocked because apparently that's like not something that happens in the UK. Like that's super
No.
illegal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you can't even carry a kitchen knife outside of your own house. Like,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
can't, it can't leave the house. We have extremely, extremely strict gun rules, and even then, you're only allowed, I think, airsoft rifles,
Mhm.
for hunting purposes.
Yeah.
And they have to be locked away in a very secure, like, the police come to your house to check that where the loot they're being stored is impossible to kind of break into.
Wow.
um
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
go through 3 years of background checks just to even get a permit for some guns that are legal in the UK.
Wow. Oh my
um
god. It's
even
so different here.
Oh, 100%. No, it's crazy though, because I was
That's
watching a video
crazy.
of one of my favorite British YouTubers going to, funnily enough, Texas for the first time, and they went into like a Walmart or a Target or
Oh,
something,
yeah. Yeah.
and there was just like a massive like gun wall and
Yeah,
like
that's Walmart.
knife
Yeah.
case, and I was like, that's just crazy to me, because you go into
Mhm.
like our Asda or Tesco, and the most you'll find is a kitchen knife that's in security tagged boxes, and you have to get special
Yeah.
like security case to come and open them, and it's just
Wow.
wild to me, honestly.
That's wild. Yeah. No, here you can go. So that this, I don't know if you know about this, but we have these things called gun shows here, which
Hmm.
are basically like the legality of them is kind of dicey, but like but they're just kind of like pop-up shops where
Hmm.
people bring their guns and you can kind of just go there and buy a gun like whether you have a license or not because
That's crazy.
they're kind of shady. So like, yeah, so it's pretty wild how accessible they are here. Um it's crazy. It's honestly terrifying.
Yeah,
But
it's just baffling to me. But then it just goes to show the differences in countries, really, because you'll
yeah.
go to a Tesco and there'll be nothing but, again, like I said, probably like a kitchen knife or something, and then you go to
Yeah.
America as the equivalent of a Tesco, and you're like, cool,
Yeah.
that's a gun.
You want a hunting rifle with your milk and your eggs when your groceries
Yeah,
like
that's the perfect combination. I don't know what anyone else would
Yeah.
want.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the same with archery in the UK. Like, you've got to have a license for a
Mhm.
proper archer's bow, and
Oh wow. Yeah.
like all the
Yeah.
arrows and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I mean, to be fair, to get a permit for that one, it's not as intense as like a gun one.
Yeah.
But like with the guns,
Yeah.
they take you through like a mental health screening. They take you through a DBS check, which
Mhm.
is like UK's like background check. To make
Yeah.
sure that you've not posted any shady stuff and stuff like that on social media.
Damn.
They've got to
Damn.
contact everyone you've known in your life from birth to verify who you are as a person. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, it's crazy,
Damn.
crazy strict over here.
That's wild. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, I wish it was like again here it's so easy. Like it's genuinely insane. Like they're like I think this I don't remember what the exact number is, but I know for a fact that there are like more guns in America than there are people, and that's just the licensed ones that we know about.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
like
there was
crazy.
something that I saw that there's I mean, obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but there was something that was on a documentary I was watching. It's like a true crime one, and they were talking about statistics in America, and apparently there's
Mhm.
more gun shops than like Starbucks and McDonald's and everything combined. And I'm like, that
I don't know
considering
if
it,
that's true, but it's a lot.
I was gonna
It's
say, like, if
definitely a
that's
lot.
true, that is just, like, absolutely
Yeah.
crazy to me. Because obviously you've got, like, hundreds of, like, Starbucks and McDonald's in America, and the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to even think that there's even just a close possibility of being that many gun shops, like, that's
Yeah.
just crazy.
I wonder if they mean, like, places that sell guns, because like, all of our Walmarts do, and,
Yeah.
like,
Like, I'm wondering
academies
if that's
do, you
included in
know?
the statistic.
It has
It
to be,
it
because I
has to
don't think
be.
there's that many, and I live, again, in Texas, so, like, so which is where, a lot of them are, so, like so I don't know if it's that many, but it's definitely a lot. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's really
Um,
crazy.
yeah, like, even where I went to college, we had, like, open carry on campus, which everybody was like, "We don't want that," because
Yeah,
like,
maybe
because
not a good idea.
Houston. Yeah, maybe not, but, like, Houston itself, like, the city where I live in is, like, a lot more, like, liberal than the
Yeah.
rest of the state, by quite a bit, and so, like, all of the students at my school were like, so we're not gonna do that, but okay," you know?
You're like, "Cool, I
Um,
guess," but, like,
cool, I
no.
guess, yeah, but no, I don't know, it's just it's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, and I have to ask you this because I asked, my other friend who who was on the podcast, who's from the UK, thoughts on, beans on toast?
I fucking love beans on toast. They are the best thing to ever
Yeah,
exist.
I'm a
Um,
big hater. I haven't tried it though, full disclosure, I have not tried it, it's just the concept seems crazy to me.
well, it's
How do
really
you
funny to
prepare it when
me.
you make it? Yeah.
Oh, so it has to be specifically Heinz baked beans. Like it can't be anything else. Like
Okay.
if in this economy, if there is something you put your money into, it's Heinz branded stuff. Like even the tomato
Yeah.
soups, like it has to.
Yeah.
Hello, it has to be Heinz. Sorry, my cat wants my attention.
You're
Um,
so good.
it has to be Heinz. So there's different ways of like doing it. You can put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave, or you
Mhm,
can do what I do and you heat it on the stove top.
mhm,
Um, and while that's kind of doing its thing, getting warm, like you make your toast to your kind of, I guess, standard. Um,
mhm.
my brother likes to think I like my toast as bread, but it's just I don't like my toast burnt like he does.
Gotcha.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not about the cremation style of bread. I want
You're like, "I want it to still look like bread."
I want it to like be edible, like
Yeah, yeah,
have a
yeah,
nice
yeah,
like
yeah.
golden brown crust, but like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
cremated. No, that's not for
Yeah, yeah,
me.
yeah.
If you're gonna go for any bread in the UK, it has to be Warburton's. Like it is
Mhm,
like the fluffiest texture of bread that you can get. And I'm realizing now
mhm.
you probably don't get that brand in America.
We don't. I will look it
um
up later though.
It was honestly going off topic for a second. Samuel L. Jackson did an advert for Warburton's one time, like last year, and it was like the craziest
Wild.
thing to see because he's like the most American person I could
Yeah,
think
he's
of
yeah.
doing a UK advertisement for
That is really
Warburton's.
funny. I'm gonna have to find that. That's really funny.
Honestly, it's crazy, but I love it. So anyway, going back to beans on toast, it has to be two slices of toast because
Okay.
anything less than that is criminal.
Mhm,
So two, butter it to your perfection. I like doing it where it's just freshly out of the toaster and it goes on and it's
mhm.
like nice and like melted into the bread,
Melty.
like
Mhm, mhm,
chef's
mhm.
kiss. And
Yeah.
then like however many like spoonfuls of like beans you want onto it. And then I'm lactose intolerant, right? But I love
See,
cheese.
same, same, same,
I
same.
love cheese.
It's a
Yeah.
struggle we all face, yes.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I say this with so much respect to myself, like, I am a whore for, like, mozzarella cheese. Like,
Oh,
I
tea.
would the
Yeah.
things I would do for mozzarella cheese is actually crazy.
That's so real. That's so fucking real. Oh my god.
Um, but one of the UK, shops that I love to shop at is Tesco. I've mentioned it a couple times today. They do, like, a really nice, like, mixed cheese, like, grated situation that you can buy.
Mhm.
So it's got like mozzarella, cheddar. Some of them have red Leicester, which I absolutely adore red Leicester cheese. It's my absolute favorite cheese, but aside
Yeah.
mozzarella. Um,
Mhm.
and that just like a nice like sprinkling. Like don't be too generous. Like there
Mhm.
needs to be enough that you can still taste like what you're supposed to be eating, but like enough that it's just kind of like little extra like razzle dazzle, you
Layer.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. A little thin layer.
Absolutely. But I mean, arguably, you don't even have to have toast with your beans. I like doing them with a jacket potato as well.
Mm, mhm, mhm, mhm.
So yeah, jacket potato and beans, like beans on toast, is like religious in the UK. Like it's
Yeah,
very rare you
yeah.
find someone who doesn't like it in the UK.
That's wild. So when you say 2 pieces of toast, are you where are they going? Are they on the bottom or are you
Yeah, so
just
so you
okay.
have your like I recommend like a big plate for this
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
like a lot of beans with my beans on toast.
Tea.
So that's like your toast is like your bottom layer. So like they go on the
Gotcha.
bottom and then the
Okay.
beans just like over the top. Let like
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
like tomato sauce kind of soak into the bread, make it like really nice and I know a lot of people don't like the M word, so I'll just be like it's the M word. Make it nice and soft. We'll go with soft.
There you go.
Um
Saturated.
saturated, that's it. Um and then so yeah, beans is your second layer, cheese is third, and if you like a little bit of flavor, a bit of salt and pepper on top, just makes it go the extra mile, honestly.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. One day I'll try it. I just oh my god, I'm like not a fan of like beans generally like in most contexts, so I feel like I would not be the target audience.
Yeah,
Um
I
but
beans on
for my UK
toast
friends
is
I'll
like
try it one day.
one day, like you're gonna have to come to the UK and we're gonna have to like take you
Mhm.
to like a Weatherspoons or something. Just get you some like beans on
Yeah.
toast.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we'll have a cheeky
I'll try it.
spoons. You'll get to try like an English breakfast. You'll get to try beans on
Mhm.
toast. It's gonna be great. I love it.
Oh yeah. One day I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, so I want you to step into my confessional booth for a second.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I know we've talked about a few hot takes already, but
hmm
give me a good one. Give me a good hot take. Can be anything.
Okay. I don't know if you've spoken. I have watched some of your podcasts, but I truthfully haven't watched all of them. So I don't know if this is something that
That's
has been
okay.
said already. Um,
Thank you for watching
um,
some.
no, it's all good. Honestly, I have them on in the background when I'm like cleaning my kitchen or something. Like it keeps me focused.
Oh my
I
god, yay.
10 out of 10, like I love your podcast. But I as much as I love Aruri, I actually do kind of like the ship between Levi and Hanji. I That is my controversial take.
Gosh.
Like Aruri is my number one, like nothing will ever
Okay,
beat that. But I think
real.
especially after the end of season 3, I
Mhm.
like the idea of them becoming that close to each other, that kind of using each other as a crutch, a sense.
Tea. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
obviously, like in my head, like Levi has like this like infatuation of love for Erwin. Because I mean, if anyone's seen the spin-offs, especially Levi's one, we knew kind of how they met, and
Mhm.
I feel like from that point, especially after what happened in that
Yeah,
mini
in the
series.
OVA. Yeah. Mhm.
I feel like not in like an unhealthy way, but I feel like Levi just very much like
It's the devotion.
it's the devotion, yeah,
Yeah.
like his undying
Mhm.
love. But then I think because Levi loses that, he looks to the person who gave him that without kind of giving him that, if that makes sense. Because from like day one, Hanji was like, "You're gonna be my friend now."
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna be my
yeah,
friend.
for sure.
Um, and like, even if it's not like a romantic sense, like I like the idea that they were both kind of there for each other.
Oh, yeah,
And
for
kind of
sure.
like
Yeah.
used each other for kind of using each other for the sense that they lost a lot because both of them lost Erwin. You know, I like
Yeah, they
a lot of
did.
people don't talk
Mhm.
about the fact that Hanji lost Erwin as well. Like
Yeah.
they also
Oh my
lost
gosh.
Moblet, which was their
Mhm.
equivalent of Levi's Undying Love. So I feel like they just kind of, came together, especially in season 4.
Mhm.
That goodbye between them had
Yeah.
me sobbing.
Heartbreaking. Awful.
Heartbreaking.
Especially because Levi fucking quoted Erwin, and then Hanji was like, "You're starting to sound like him." I was like,
Mhm.
"What?"
My heart hurt, especially
Gut
reading it in the manga because I was
wrenching.
a manga reader before the
Yeah.
season came out.
Yeah, me too.
So
I finished it before the last season, yeah.
yeah,
Um,
so
oh,
yeah, Levi and Hanji is
yeah,
like my hot take for Attack on Titan, especially after
yeah,
season 3. Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
needed someone, and they were kind of there for each other. So
For
yeah,
sure, for sure.
that's my
Yeah,
hot take.
my like so you're the second guest to tell me this.
Okay.
But no, I like appreciate it. I love it. But my like thing with Levi Han is like it's the people who ship it because like
Mhm.
most of the time and I feel like people can be normal about it, but so many of them are like up in my comments constantly being like Aruri can't be real because Levi's not gay, and Hanji is a she her, and I'm a homophobic piece of shit. And I'm like, get
Yeah.
out of my comments.
No, I see them all the
you
time in
know?
your comments. Like anything to
Mhm.
do with like Levi and Owen, there will be some Levi-Han shipper in the comments, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from. No
Yeah.
hate to what you like. Like if that's how you see their relationship, that is completely like
It's
a-okay.
fine.
It,
Yeah.
it
Just
is what it is. Like, but
yeah.
please don't hate on other people for liking something different. Like again, like
Exactly.
Arari will always be my number one, but the reason I love
Yeah.
Levi-Han so much is just for the sole purpose of season 4 and the friendship they had from
No, for
season 1 to
sure.
3.
For sure.
Um,
No, I like genuinely like think because that's my other thing. I love when like strong friendships are depicted on screen. And I feel like for me, the reason I don't ship them is because I'm like, they're such good friends. Like they're such good friends. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I'm
yeah,
like, that dynamic is so good. And like that like platonic, like soulmate kind of vibe is just like
absolutely.
mwah, like I love it. And like even when Hanji's like, we could just like hightail it out of here, you know? And like I'm like,
Hanji was like, "Let's
real.
run away together.
I'm like, real.
Let's go."
Yeah. Yeah. No, but you're so right about like nobody talking about how Levi or how Hanji also lost Airman. Cause like they were like, honestly, this is kind of my AOT hot take
Okay,
a
take
little
it.
bit. I high key think that Ervin and Hanji were better friends than Levi and Hanji were. Um,
I agree, especially season
yeah.
1 to 3. I highly agree with that
hmm
statement.
Yeah, like I think they
100%.
were better friends. Like I think Ervin had like crazy respect for Hanji and
Oh,
like I think they
100%.
just like they like saw like obviously they bickered because Hanji's like a little crazy. But like and a little irrational sometimes but like they balanced each other out I feel with their like I feel like Erwin needed Hanji's like ambition a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
Erwin had plenty of ambition, but like he needed their like kind of sense of like fuck it we ball, you know?
Yeah, especially when it came to, like, the science aspect. They needed someone with
Yes.
that, like even if you
Yes.
have to say, like, the crazy scientist kind of route that they
Yes.
took with Hanji, it
Exactly.
was very
Yes.
much
Yeah.
needed, like
Yeah. I agree. Like I feel like Erwin definitely needed that from them. And then I feel like Hanji needed Erwin's like rationality a lot and I just love like their dichotomy as leaders and I feel
yeah.
like when Erwin named them like the successor like that was so controversial like a lot of people didn't like that
Yeah, I remember
um
everyone being like, "It should have been Levi, it should have been Levi," and I'm like, "No, actually, it
no it
should have
shouldn't
been
have been
Hanji.
it
It
shouldn't have
should have
been
been
Levi
Hanji. It makes more
yeah
sense with Hanji
yeah
because
absolutely
the fact that Hanji didn't even want it in the first place, but knew that it was it was Erwin's dying wish. Like
yeah
that was his hot
yeah
take. He was like, I know what people want, but you're gonna be the
Yeah.
next commander.
Yeah. He was like, "So it's gonna be you, and then you're gonna raise Armin, and then it's gonna be Armin."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's one of like the parallels that I noticed with like Hanji and Erwin is it was very much the same with Hanji and Armin when it came time to pass down the mantle to
Yeah,
him, because
yeah.
I know for a fact that Hanji saw Erwin in Armin. There's no way that there was
Oh,
anything
yeah.
but Erwin in Armin, especially after the events of season 3.
I mean,
Um
even Levi said that. Like, Levi in the end of season 4 was like, "I trusted the kid who had that same look in your eye," kind of thing, and I was like, "Ah!" Like
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, continue, sorry, just
Yeah, so no,
oh,
that's like I
broke
just
my heart.
yeah, like even as platonic soulmates, like Levi and Hanji to me is just like they're my heart, but Owen and
Yeah,
Levi, my number ones.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
Yeah,
this is gonna be a really, really hot take from me though. I
yeah.
actually didn't like the relationship between Erin and Mikasa. I
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
I I liked the siblingship that they had between them, but I feel like any
Mhm,
romance from like Mikasa was very much like forced, just because like
mhm.
she goes from being this like absolute badass like female character to kind of pining over Erin, and I'm like it just to me it doesn't make sense because
Yeah.
they were brought up as siblings like
Well, they actually only lived together for a year,
well
canonically,
that is
which,
true.
yeah, which I feel like I don't know, it wasn't, like, super clear in the show, but if you watch her OVA,
Mhm.
I think they were only together for, like, a year before, like, the wall
Yeah, because
fell,
I think it was like they were
I
like
wanna say.
10 in that OVA roughly when
Yeah, I
Mikasa
think
came to
so.
live with them.
Yeah,
Which I mean, like I
and then
get
I think by the time the wall fell, I think they were, like,
yeah,
11, and then
11.
they joined when they were 15, I wanna say, but
Between 13 and 15. I don't think the ages are actually ever specified in the beginning. I mean, I might be wrong about that. I don't actually
I
know.
think they were 15 because then all of them were, like, 19 in season 4, I wanna say,
Oh
but I
yeah,
don't
no, that
remember.
is true. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were yeah, yeah. Um
See, anyway, continue, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it was love that Mikasa had for him. I think it was just infatuation to him because he saved her. I think it
Mhm,
was more of a like a survivor's infatuation, and that's why she
mhm,
had the obsession that she had with him.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, that's my hot take on that kind of situation
Yeah,
between the
T,
two.
T. I feel like, cause like, obviously, like, it's canon, like,
Yeah.
whether people like it or not, I guess. I actually posted a video the other day being like, "Give me your, like, best AOT theories," or whatever, and, like, literally half the comment section was like, "I fucking hate Aramika." Which I was like, "Damn, I didn't realize people were, like, that strongly opinionated about
No,
that."
honestly, it makes me laugh.
Um,
Like, I don't hate
yeah.
it. I just personally I
Mhm.
see it more of as like an infatuation because of the fact that he saved her
Yeah.
rather than her having a crush on
Yeah.
him. And like, do you know
Yeah.
what? I respect the fact that it was canon in the end because maybe
Mhm.
over the years it did change into some
Yeah.
kind of love and you know,
Yeah. I
it
will say though,
respect
like,
it.
for sure, like, even if it's canon though, and I say this about Aruri too, because, if we're being realistic, like, it might be canon, but it's toxic as hell.
Yeah, oh,
It's not
100%.
it's toxic as fuck, like, for sure, and
100%.
I think that's why a lot of people don't like it, which I totally understand. But, like, even, like, because I feel like there's a lot of, like, parallels between, like, Aruri and Aramika as well,
Mhm.
with, like, the whole, like, I don't know if, like, the whole Ackerbond thing was, like, confirmed, but, like, the
Mhm.
whole thing about, like, Ackermans and their level of devotion or whatever,
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of a similar situation. I think the dynamic was a little different, but, like, I don't know. I feel like Aaron just this is my hot take. I fucking hate Aaron Yeager. And it's because
Someone finally said it.
I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him because he's so, like, I just first of all, like, he just his, like, he's so stupid. like he's so like angry and acts without thinking. And I can say this because he thinks this of himself too. Like he says it at the end. He's like, I'm just a fucking idiot that got power and then used it badly, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, yeah, you are, you
Yeah, you did.
know?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
did.
are. Yeah, you did. Like, you know, and I don't know. I feel like he made a lot of decisions that I would not have made.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he just annoyed the shit out of me for most of the show. I still like again, I still because I love Attack on Titan so much, I still like have love for him in my heart.
Oh yeah.
I literally have him tattooed on my body with Mikasa and Armin. So like obviously I don't hate him that much, but like he just drove me fucking insane. And so like Mikasa like being in love with him, I'm like, girl, I'm
Girl,
like, you
there's
could do
like
so much better, bro. Like
I was like, listen, Jean is as much as an idiot as Eren, but like Jean was right there. Like that's all I'm gonna say with
for
that.
me, for me, I'm like, make her a lesbian. You know?
No, because
For
the
me,
chemistry she had with Ymir.
let's talk about it. I mean,
Okay.
literally, even like, I don't know, I've seen people ship, a lot of it isn't fan fiction, but I've seen people ship Mikasa and Annie. And low key,
Mm.
I'm like, I'm like, that's
I
pretty,
was
you
like,
know?
I
I'm like,
remember
that's
seeing
two
like
bad bitches. You know what I
bad
mean?
bitches in the club.
That's two bad bitches, you know?
No, I actually remember getting an edit of the two of them
Mhm.
in it was actually a ship edit and I was like actually they have so much chemistry. It's actually crazy. Like arguably they had more chemistry than Eren and Mikasa, but like maybe that's just me, I don't know.
See,
Um
see. Or
but
even, like, with Sasha, because like, they were, like,
yeah.
roommates.
And
They
they
were
were
roommates,
roommates.
but, like they were roommates. But, like, Mikasa mourned Sasha's death, like,
Oh,
just as
100%.
much like, probably the most out of other than Connie, obviously,
Oh yeah.
but, like, she was right there, like, at her grave, like, crying on screen, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, I don't know, I feel like there were a lot of pairings of Mikasa with other people that I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
were good, you know? Um,
Honestly, like some of the fan fictions as well between her and some of the other like female cadets, I was like, yeah,
you're like, "Work."
yeah. There was a really rare pair between her and I think her name was Mina from season 1 with the pigtails.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, there was
Oh
like
my
a
gosh,
really
that's
rare pair that
wild.
I found. Like I was like
Yeah.
really deep in AO3 fan fictions at that point. Like
Tea.
I was like, I need something to read, and I found it, and I was like, okay,
You're like,
actually, I kind of like this. I kind of like it.
Real. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah,
Well, so I have to, as a quick follow-up, what is your least favorite ship from AOT? Do you have a least favorite?
I do. It's Jean and Connie. That was one that I saw
Oh,
once,
T.
and
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like,
Those are 2
no.
bros. Those are 2
Yeah,
bros, you
they were
know?
two
Those are 2
bros
bros.
chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet
Yeah,
apart.
because 'cause they're not gay, yeah. Also, I
um,
will say, like, I love Jean, obviously with Marco, but
oh,
honestly,
100%.
I'm a big Charmin, stan. I love
Thank
Jean
you.
and
I
Armin,
love them so much.
and I
I
gotta be honest, like, I'm just doing a rewatch, because I've been making a, notated set of, um, evidence about Aruri. I'm doing an Aruri specific rewatch because I'm an
hell
insane
yeah.
person.
No, as you
And
should. As you should.
I have a thesis to write, you know,
Yeah.
and I will publish it eventually.
Oh my
But
god.
but whatchamacallit? I was like watching it and I was like, low key, the Jarman shippers are on to something. I was like, there's like
But
high key some fucking chemistry between those
oh,
two.
100%. Especially after reading
Like,
the manga, because again, a lot of stuff got deleted out of the anime. Reading the
yeah.
manga as a Jamin shipper, I was like, okay, wait, actually,
You were
these
like,
these two are
wait a
kind of
minute.
tea, like
Wait a
Loki.
minute. Oh, also low key, Armin and Eren had more chemistry than I feel like people
Their
are willing to
final
admit.
goodbye scene.
I thought they were gonna kiss.
I thought they were gonna kiss. You're
I
telling me
thought they
they
were gonna kiss.
weren't?
I thought they were gonna kiss. I thought they were gonna kiss. I think everybody else did too for a second. Like I thought they were gonna kiss. But
Honestly, they should have.
I really don't like Armin and Annie. I get it. I understand why it happened, but I'm just like he's gay, bro. Come on.
Oh yeah,
You
like he
know?
from season one, like from childhood, there was something a bit fruity about him, you know, like
Yeah,
it's
and
a
I
little
say that as,
something.
like, Armin is, like, my second highest kin of all time. I'm like, "That is gay man."
That is a queer man right
That
there.
is a queer man. Whether bisexual or not, like, I'm like, "That's not a straight man." Sorry,
Yep.
everyone. Yeah, my least favorite ship, though, in AOT is, Levi and Petra. I cannot stand that ship.
Ooh. Oh, that is that especially for like OG Attack on Titan fans. That is actually a really hot take for some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well, I'm here to say it. She was barely 18 and he was, like, 30.
I remember specifically having a tag that was Petra bashing. I did
Yeah.
not like her character at all. I just think she was very
Tea,
whiny.
tea.
I
I mean,
much
I just
preferred
thought
her
she
in the
was, like,
manga.
tea, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean, like, she was 18, so I was like, "Okay, you know, she's still a
yeah,
child technically." So, I mean, just
yeah,
a lot of development, but I was like, she
yeah.
just very much like she yeah, there was just also or the fact that Aru looked older than Levi but was the same age as Petra, make
It
that
doesn't
make
make any
sense.
sense. Yeah, that didn't make that any sense. But yeah, I also don't like it because people use that as a way to say, well, Levi's not gay because Petra. And I'm like, Petra was an 18-year-old with a crush on her fucking teacher, bro. It was not mutual at all. Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
like obviously he was upset because she was part of his squad that he'd had for like however long up in the timeline
Yeah.
is. Like,
And he's like, "That's my kid," you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
yeah.
Levi is so much more, like, paternal than people,
Mhm.
like, give him credit for, you know? Like, those are his kids, you know? Like, even when Connie gets taller than him, he's like, "What are they fucking feeding you? Like, why are you taller than me now?" You know, like, that's, like, dad shit or,
Yeah.
like, older brother shit, you know?
Yeah, no, honestly, I actually read a fan fiction one time. It was Aurori, but it was them finding a baby girl outside of the walls that they adopted, and I was like, okay, girl dad Levi, I need it in my life.
Oh my god,
Like, I
if you
need
remember
this.
what that's called, please send it to me. I wanna read that.
I'm gonna go on like a full deep dive later to try and find this for you. Like, I'm gonna
Please,
have to.
please.
I'm gonna
Oh
have
my
to.
gosh.
But
Also,
yeah.
fucking Eren, people who ship Eren and Levi also canceled.
I used to have a friend who did, and I used to get forced into doing role plays, like text role plays as those two characters.
Oh my gosh, I'm
And
so
I
sorry.
fucking hate I'm sorry for myself. I'm sorry for like what 16-year-old me had to deal with. Like
Whoa.
I was like I hated it. I wanted to do Levi and Erwin, but they were like, "No, like
Real.
I like Levi and Erin." And I'm like, "Erin's like a 13-year-old boy. Like leave it alone."
Canceled.
Um
This is me
honestly,
canceling your friend who made you do that.
yeah. Honestly, never been more grateful to have fallen out with someone many years ago. Like, I mean, I'm
Tea.
grateful because that was the person who got me into cosplaying for the first time, but also like, oh,
You're like,
they had me doing a lot of weird stuff for them. So I was like, maybe not,
yeah.
maybe not.
Ooh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I just see people still like in our Lord the year of our Lord and Savior 2025.
Mm.
People still cosplay that ship and like not like adult Aaron and Levi, like child Aaron and Levi. And I'm like,
Like, as much as I hate
okay,
it, if you're gonna
ugh,
do it with
do it with
19-year-old
adult
Erin. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I just ooh, I mean like it's something because I was told that like for a while people didn't know how old Levi was. So like that makes sense, you know,
yeah.
back in the day. But now we know. Now we know everyone.
Yeah, that man is in his 30s. That
Yeah.
he is an old man, and we love him for it.
And we love him for it. Yeah. Anyway, so lastly, obviously we've been talking about Attack on Titan.
Mhm.
So I want to ask you a couple of trivia round questions.
Okay, this is where I forget
And
everything.
that's okay. So they're actually all Hanji related because I know Hanji is your favorite character.
Hell
So
yeah.
so hopefully we'll see how you do, but they should be pretty easy. So it's going to
Okay.
be like easiest to hardest.
Oh, okay.
So what are the names of the two titans that Hanji captures on screen in the show?
Oh, I remember. I think I think one was called Bonnie, or like something to do with that kind of name. I remember that they were based off two murderers from a tribe.
Yeah.
But I actually don't remember the names.
Oh, those are the
Um,
original ones. So
oh
that's
yeah.
that was Chikatilo and fuck, I don't remember the other one. I literally asked somebody else this, but what are the ones on in the show that are like on screen that Annie kills?
Oh, oh, that's a good question.
It's
I
the
n-
boys.
it's the boys, and I should know this because I was actually talking to my friend about them the other day. Um,
Hey, you got
yeah,
the other ones though.
yeah.
That's
Honestly,
more
I'll take that
impressive.
one. I'll
Yeah,
I'll
that's
take
more
that.
impressive. It's Sonny and Bean.
Bonnie and Bean, that's it. Yeah.
Sonny and Bean, yes, yeah. Honestly, though, you again, you got the originals, so that's more impressive. Honestly, more points for
Yeah.
that. So then, what is the name of the weapon that Hanji invented specifically to take down the armored Titan?
Ooh, it was. I remember how it works. I don't remember the name that they used for it though. It was had like spikes and stuff on it that they used to kind of pierce all the armor, and kind of like rip it away from
It's
the
the
armor
Thunder
titan's body.
Spears,
So
yeah,
yeah, the thunder spears.
yeah, the explodey Thunder
Hell
Spears,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I love the line where Hanji is like, what what was it? Somebody was like criticizing it and they were like, it has a tip that makes it a spear, dumbass. And I was like, I love you.
I was like, yes.
I was like, I adore you. So then we actually already talked about this in earlier in the podcast, but I'm still gonna ask you anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know you'll know the answer. True or false? Isayama has stated that Hanji's gender is open to interpretation and was left intentionally ambiguous.
Yeah, that is true.
Hell yeah, yeah. Again, our non-binary savior, love, our baby.
I
Okay,
actually
so
have a
then
meme of
this
Hanji as Jesus, and I'm like, this is everything I need. I'll have to get it
I
for you
love
later.
that. I love that. Oh my god, please do. You gotta like put it on one of those like candles and then like light it. You know?
Don't, because there's actually someone near where I live that actually does that. Like they will print whatever you want on candles, and I'm like, I need to do
Yeah.
that now.
I love that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think my one of my friends has one with Rhina on it, and I always think it's really funny.
Hell yeah.
I need to get one with Aruri on it. For my shrine. Um,
Hell yeah.
so then this one I think it is confirmed in the show that this happens, but who is the commanding officer that Hanji once had a crush on?
So, funnily enough, it is actually canon. It was mentioned at some point, I think, in the manga.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was it was the commander who trained Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, and the one who kind of sacrificed his life at the end and had like a really gay moment with the enemy party. And I was like,
Yeah,
that was
can we talk
like,
about that?
I was like, yes, please, like,
I love me some doomed old man yaoi, and that was giving me
yes,
everything. Like, yes, our beloved Keith shot us.
yes. Keith, honestly, one of my
Keith.
favorite characters from season one. I won't take
T.
anything less than that.
T. T. Oh my god, Sasha offering him half the potato. Iconic as fuck.
One of my favorite scenes from season one, arguably.
It's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then this is the last one.
Okay.
And this one is probably this is the hardest one. So, what
Cool.
was the name of the person who left behind the notebook that Hanji finds in the OVA episode?
Ilse.
T, you got it.
Yeah.
Work.
Mostly because it was my favorite OVA, and I was like, yes, Ilse's
You're like, I
journal.
know this. Yeah.
The minute
Yes,
you said
yes,
who was the
yes.
name that owned the journal, I was like, yes, I know this. I know this.
Hell yeah, real Hanji fan, everyone.
Yeah.
Claps to you.
I
We
try
love
my
to see it.
best.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much, Emmy, for your time. I'm genuinely like so happy we finally got to do this.
After all this
And
time.
I know, after all this time. So do you have any closing thoughts for everybody watching?
If you haven't watched Attack on Titan, I will say this to anybody who asks me what anime to watch. I'm like, do what I did, start with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
that will
Mhm.
set your standards for what you want to watch after that, I would say.
Absolutely.
If you're new to cosplaying, don't let anybody stop you. Even if you think that it's good, if it's bad, there's always room for improvement. And if you're a minor, please don't talk to adults on the internet.
Tea. Tea, absolutely. Well, thank you so much once again, and thank you so much to our audience for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find me at Underwater Eyeballs on all platforms. And Emmy, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Emilougal, and you can find me on TikTok as MSweetie.
Beautiful. Alrighty, well, I will be back very soon with another episode of the Out of the Water podcast. I can't even say the name of my
Yes!
own fucking podcast. Thank you so much, Emmy.
Thank you for having me. It's been such a
Of
pleasure.
course.